Well, here we are again, Friday. Cool, week's flying by, aren't they? Of course, June next week, so that's lovely. But drop of rain, I didn't expect the rain, but yesterday was lovely, and of course it's doing all the flowers good and say everything else good. I know I'm a bit later today, but I hope everybody's all right. Stay safe. Don't listen too much to the news. We're going to be all right. We're going to be okay. Let's enjoy the weather a bit, and let's get out and meet people and do things that you want to do, that we used to do. Just be safe, really. I just want to say to my grandson Edward, that's Anthony's boy, happy birthday from Gran and Grandad. I went up to see Anthony this morning and took a few bits and pieces up for the boy for his birthday. So of course he's in school, but he'll be no doubt be excited when he come home. So that's as long as he's all right, and eventually we'll be able to meet up properly and be all right. Be all right. And I want to say as well, thank you so much to everyone for yesterday. We had over 1,000 comments, really, and likes and comments about the life of the late Rick Rescola, and paying homage to him yesterday. And I say a true hero, So thank you very much for everybody for that. Now this year one's called Gojo. Have you seen him? Have you seen him? Feather was happy as Larry, so sighted, pointing down across the paddock into the corner. Of course, I didn't know what he meant. There, boy, there. All I could see was a black ball huddled up against the edge. That's Gojo, that is, replied Feather, our new donk. See, Feather had to go in hospital to visit mother, who was with child. Well, says he, is it a boy or child? Well, 'twas a child. Of course, before that, she'd had 10 boys, says she. Now our family is all complete. Father and mother were really happy with the child. 11 pound 10 ounces. Average weight, I suppose. Calling her Martha May after Gran. So Father decided to celebrate by going down to the nearest pub for a couple of beers. Of course, he's not really a drinking man. Well, after a couple of pints, Father was tipsy, so then decided to visit the market to buy something special for Mother. Well, when he woke next morning and looked out the window and saw this bundle in the paddock, he was flummoxed because he couldn't exactly remember buying the donk. Of course, we already had a donk. She was called Susie Woozy. Getting a bit long in the tooth now, nearly as old as Feather. Susie Woozy is a little mizzy maze, now and scrawnier than the new donk because of her age. She's also suffering from screwmatics. I says I to Feather, why the name Gojo? He replied, because that's the first thing he did see on hospital, going into hospital to visit mother. On them there hand dispensers, the stuff he put on your hands to stop germs spreading like the norovirus, I was told. Mother brought on the little child, Martha May. She weighed 13 pounds after 4 weeks. So I says I to Feather, this Sunday we'll go out and pick them blackberries up to Dranick Moor, because Tuesday is 1st of October, and after that, devil spit on them blackberries. Sunday morning early, Father, myself and Silas, his younger brother, had to go catch Gojo. Of course, after an hour, we managed to harness up a donk. I tell ye, donk certainly was warmed us up. So I says to Silas, that donk is left-handed. Silas went round the back of him to check the harness, and then whoosh, Silas was throttled right over the shay, screeching like a whitnick he was. A girt left kick from Gojo. I did tell him. He scurried off in teasy as adder. So it was down to Father and me to get the donk in the shay, and then off we went up to Dranick Moor. Of course, before we get there, we had to cross the main road. Well, Gojo wasn't happy on them roads. When we came to the crossroads, a vehicle tooted, so the donkey took off, Feather pulling on the reins, hard to slow donk down, but he seemed to go faster. Looked like someone from the Ben Hur film, racing down to the bottoms. I kept hollering, whoa, Gojo, but didn't seem to make no difference. Feather turned to me and told me to stop bleeding. Whoa, Gojo. Clinging on for my dear life after 3 miles, Gojo started to tire out. And Feather got him to slow down. Of course, Tommy got him to stop. We were 2 miles past Dranick Moor. Then it started hunting down. I says I to Feather, best we go home and try again tomorrow with Susie Woozy. All of a sudden there was this get banging. It was Silas jumped into bed and woke me up. I had to tell him about the dream I just had, because we all had to be up early to pick blackberries tomorrow for Sunday tea. This is just one quick one about David Prowse. It's hard to imagine you, Jan, I observed, As a baby with those long years ago, such a foolish remark, it ignited a spark on which he was anxious to blow. We never had nothing, I started him off, and now he was up and away. I never had toys like the rest of the boys, nor even a game I could play. I had this old tin with a pebble inside, and he'd rattle away with a shake. I sit in my pram with this tin in my hand, and I'd see how much noise I could make. Isn't he handsome, my mother would say. My father would turn up his nose. Stop your rowing, he would shout as I wriggled about. Not a lover of kids, I suppose. But when you're a baby, you don't understand. I thought he was playing a game. Soon as father come in, I would rattle my tin and hammer him dumping down on the frame. He's some pleased to see you, poor mother would try to pass it in all off for the best. In a way she was right. I rejoiced in the sight, on the hair standing up on his chest. One day I recall as I gurgled and shook and created one heck of a din. With one final bang and a crash and a clang, the lid came off adrift from the tin. All that was left in the pram was the stone, so I throttled him as hard as I could. He bounced off a plate and pitched down the grate, behind all the ashes and wood. Mother come running and picked up the tin, then rummaged around on the floor, then checked in the pram midst the biscuits and jam, and galloped her own way to the door. Next minute there's father arriving at speed and unsympathetic in tone. What's the trouble? He growled. Oh, William, she howled, the boy's been and swallowed the stone. Oh, there's nothing so daft as a woman, he said. You're softer than yesterday's lard. What's the matter with you? Use your brains, woman, do. There's plenty more stones in the yard. Take care and thanks very much.